Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story.
The repercussions from Tamar's nuclear attack on Toni Braxton is getting to the breaking point in the family. Toni's attempt to quiet her was recently uncovered by Tamar. She said that after she sided with their niece, Ashley, who accused one of the sister's spouses of SA, Toni gave her a cease and desist. However, things get more complicated since Toni allegedly went farther and planned to get Tamar fired from the Braxtons completely after she refused to keep quiet. Since Tamar is pushing Toni forward and calling her out to safeguard a PDF file, it is obvious that she is not the person you want to play with. According to insiders, the entire set has become poisonous. Producers are in a panic, sisters are fighting, and Toni is being accused of risking her name and career to protect someone whose supporters feel ought to have been exposed long ago. However, why is Toni putting up such a strong struggle to keep the man safe? Because everything is going to burn to the ground, and Tamar just lit a match. One of Miss Tamar's traits is her refusal to let anyone play in her face, which is why she called Toni out during the filming. Tamar obviously had other ideas because she came for havoc, even though the other sisters likely believed it would be a laid-back sisterly meal. She outright accused Toni of attempting to discredit her at the dinner. She said she intended to ask their niece, Ashley, to discuss her allegations of being essayed by one of the spouses of the Braxton sisters. However, Tamar claims that before she could even record the podcast episode, Toni gave her a cease and desist directive. Listen to what you all have to say. The other sisters banded together against Tamar because they were merely defending the family. Since Toni and Trina did indeed go there, fans are divided over it and are perplexed as to why Toni seems so intent on keeping Ashley silent about what actually transpired, because she and Tamar have a beef of some kind. Some people believe she is just trying to be petty. However, other fans believe that Toni is attempting to shield the man who supposedly essayed Ashley because she actually knows who he is. Additionally, social media comments said things like Toni's anger. Tamar is definitely not lying. Libras use anger to distract the truth, and obviously, there's something they didn't want to get out, because why did Toni say she thought it was a bad idea to do the podcast before the girl even did it? This is turning out to be a flaming disaster, everyone. Ashley's drama is nothing new, which is the crazy part. Fans think Toni knows who Ashley was blaming because she was so upset about it. Additionally, Ashley is the daughter of their older brother, Michael Braxton Jr. Fans also think that one of her aunt's partners, Trina, was the target of these accusations. Furthermore, there has been discussion about Trina's displeasure at being pulled.
Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts in my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck.
Ashley revealed last year that her father and stepmother witnessed her and her aunt's partner exchanging indecent text messages when she was just 16 years old. She initially claimed that her aunt was sympathetic and obviously distressed by the incident. But as time went on, Ashley saw that support was waning and that people's perspectives were beginning to change. She said, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind, very nice, and was like, I'm sorry this happened to you. She was very kind and it just felt safe. But then as the years have gone by, it's like the mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption anymore. Ashley continued by saying that her aunt gradually began to behave as though she was the root of the issue. Even though Ashley had never placed herself in that predicament with her aunt's lover, she disclosed that her aunt eventually stopped talking to her. She continued by acknowledging that it was extremely difficult and that she felt punished for an uncontrollable circumstance. In addition, she claimed that it felt odd because the rest of her family was behaving amicably toward this uncle, but as others began to believe her, they all assumed she was referring to Tamar. She claimed that she truly cared for Ashley, and that is why she wanted her on the reality show. She also mentioned that she had been there for Ashley when she disclosed that she needed to attend therapy in order to cope with everything that had happened to her. While no one has officially confirmed it, it didn't take long for people to figure out which Braxton sister Ashley was referring to. On top of that, we won't even get into how Trina stayed with him for years, fully aware of his behavior. It's entirely possible she knew what he had done to her niece, and decided to distance herself from Ashley instead of holding him accountable. In the TikTok video Ashley posted, where she laid everything out, she strongly hinted that Gabe was the person in question. One comment stated with confidence that Ashley was clearly talking about Trina and Gabe, and if that wasn't enough, another person commented on a now-deleted Instagram post saying, "I know without a doubt it was Trina and Gabe. Gabe once tried to connect with my 17-year-old transgender cousin online, offered to fly him out to Atlanta, and put him up in a hotel near the airport, witnessed and recorded it all, got blocked on social media for trying to let her know what he was doing. Now that Gabe is gone, Trina is bearing the brunt of the criticism. Even though he cheated on her for most of their marriage, many have been disparaging her, claiming that she knew what kind of man he was and chose to stay. Rumor has it that she enjoyed ignoring Gabe's behavior and frequently placed the blame for it on other people. According to reports, he had relationships with both men and women. According to reports, Trina was not amenable to Tamar's attempts to get Ashley on the show to speak her truth, and even threatened to end production altogether because it was not her tale to discuss or tell. After that, Tamar attempted to invite Ashley to appear on her program, but Toni intervened and prevented it. The intriguing part is that Trina was unaware that Toni had ordered her to stop and desist, which raises the question of whether Toni was acting in any way to protect herself or Trina. Toni is reportedly acting in this way because she allegedly knew what had happened to Ashley. Ashley exposing her for allegedly being an enabler, which justifies a cease and desist, is the last thing she would need. Oh, and are you aware that she and Tamar have reportedly been into a lot of arguments? According to rumors, this is the reason Toni became so enraged that Ashley left the set when Tamar began pressuring her to appear on the show. According to an insider, producers are shutting down filming of The Braxtons after a heated argument between Tamar and her sisters. Season 2 is coming this summer. Additionally, Toni allegedly attempted to control the situation by claiming that by excluding Ashley from the presentation, she was honoring her late sister Tracy. As per one report, sources revealed that Toni Braxton walked off the set of the taping of the upcoming season of The Braxtons. The Grammy Award winner is over the sister drama. Toni stated that when Tracy passed, they promised her they would get along, yet no one is getting along and things have actually gotten worse. The situation became so dire that Tamar and their mother Evelyn's cooking show premiered without any of the other sisters attending. To punish Tamar, they separated from one another. Additionally, it appears that Tamar is being forced out of the sister group. For instance, Tamar was the only sister who failed to attend Tawanda's wedding. Since Toni and Trina were both bridesmaids, Tamar's absence was very apparent. Furthermore, Tawanda made it plain that Tamar was not welcome at the wedding. Furthermore, Tamar made no effort to conceal the cause behind her absence. She made sure everyone knew she was booked and busy because she had a singing engagement that same weekend. Following a tirade in which she expressed regret for ever participating in reality TV, Tamar deleted all of her social media accounts. One thing about Tamar is that she never backs down from a decision and does not hesitate to voice her opinions. She disclosed that she frequently blocks her sisters on social media during a conversation with Sherri Shepherd some time ago. To be honest, the Braxtons are far more dramatic than the Kardashians. She expressed no remorse to Sherri Shepherd, particularly regarding Toni. She said, I block my sisters all the time. You work on my nerves, you're getting blocked. Tamar stated that because Toni did something that left everyone a little perplexed, in case you were wondering why. When Toni discovered she had been barred on Instagram, she said that she was attempting to share a birthday vacation before Tamar. Additionally, on Tamar's birthday, Toni shared a gif of lights moving across the screen with the following caption, "Wanted to repost that gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked again. Anyways, happy birthday, Tay." And Tamar retaliated forcefully, revealing Toni's deceit. She asserted that Toni was attempting to fabricate a story to harm her reputation. In response to the message, she said, "Boy, you could have called gaslighting." And she went then to show screenshots of their texts where they were trying to locate each other a day before this. And Tamar said, "Y'all gonna stop playing with me? It's my birthday. I'm celebrating with my friends and not bothering us all. You did it to be mean, like we don't talk. Happy birthday to me anyway. Love you too." But for some reason, Toni attempted to fabricate events to paint Tamar as the villain, which raises the question of what else she might have been fabricating. According to what we know, the argument about Ashley has been going on for a while because it is interfering with the filming. Toni is frantically trying to dominate the narrative while Tamar is attempting to correct that record because the Braxton household has formally become a war zone due to the cease and desist orders, banned texts, and explosive callouts. And the story is far from over, I assure you, because only in love and war do you want to miss the next bombshell, which is coming sooner than you think.